Hey guys, it's Allie here, and I'm talking about my Tinder experience today. What? Allie has a Tinder? Allie had a Tinder. Let's get that straight. So yeah, I had a Tinder, and we're talking about Tinder today. So if you don't know, Tinder is a dating app, and everyone knows it. Can I just put it out there? Unless you're like super young and you're not over 18, you probably don't know what Tinder is. You probably shouldn't know what Tinder is. Tinder is a dating app that is for older people like me, because Allie's old now over here. She's an adult. Pretty much, you download it and you make yourself a little profile, and you kind of advertise yourself for people that are very attractive to talk to you. That's my best way of putting it. It's a dating app. That's what everyone says. Why did I download Tinder? I was getting out of a relationship. I was very mad, and I just decided to download Tinder as a way of getting back at the person, because that makes sense, and that's how Allie gets revenge, is downloading Tinder. What's really funny is that your profile has to be in pristine, top condition to anyone really like you. Because if you have like a really shitty picture, but then you have like a really awesome like bio, still not as many people are gonna like you unless you have a really awesome picture. And you have to be attractive, like a very attractive, awesome picture, high quality picture of yourself. So with the profile, like, you know, with mine, I had to like choose like the cute ones and be like, oh hey, like this is my hair color, and these are my friends, and this is what I actually look like, and all this. And then like with the bio, I got like really into it. I was like, this is what I like, and I like everything from this to this, and this to this, and this to this. It's like, no one really cares that much. In honesty, we just care about your picture. Sometimes the good guys would actually mention what's in your bio, which is, that's nice. That's nice, because then your hard work is paid off. So the start of Tinder, I downloaded Tinder actually in the middle of class. I was really bored in class, and I was just like really fed up, and I was like, I'm downloading Tinder. I've actually thought about it for a long time and like wondered about it, and everyone else does it, so why don't I? I'm at the end of my relationship, so you know, time to start fresh. We're gonna download Tinder. So I was like in class, like swiping, and I'm like, oh my god, like that guy's gross, and it's like, oh my god, that guy's actually really cute. And then it's really funny because later on I didn't think they were cute. And it's like really weird because I was really nervous at first because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I wouldn't message anyone at first, but it's a lot easier to text someone like, hey, I think you're cute, versus going up to them in public and being like, hey, I think you're cute, like in the middle of a line of Starbucks. Like, I don't know, I don't have the confidence to do that. If you can, go you. I would have the fear of them being like, oh, well, I mean, yeah, you're kind of cute, but no. The start of all of it is messaging someone, and I'm pretty sure the guys messaged me normally first at the start because I was really nervous and I didn't really talk to anyone. Then we get into like talking and conversations, and the comments that these guys say, like either it starts out really normal, like it's a normal person and you're just like, hey, what are you up to today? Like, oh, I'm at work. Like, what are you doing? They're just like, oh, I'm here. Where do you work? And I'm like, oh, I work for blah, 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 and what do you do? And blah, blah, blah. And like you get on the conversation of topics like that. And that's like a very, very normal conversation that you'll have with anybody. And then you get into like these comments with the guys that they're just like, hey, let's get down right to the point. Can you stuff a whole banana in your mouth? And you're like, we're not talking about this. That's too much. It's very weird. I don't know. To me, it's like, why would you ask that? But then I get really happy when I actually have like a normal, interesting conversation with a guy. Let's talk about that for a second, because I did have a guy who I thought was very cute, and everything he sent back was a one-word sentence. I'm like, broski, come on, you gotta give me something. Do not give me one-word answers and then ask to hang out with me. And I'm like, no, you need to try a little bit harder than that. So then after a while, with the whole conversation things, most of the times guys will say, you know, you should text me because I am very forgetful, and it's just a lot easier for someone to text me rather than going on Tinder because, you know, my battery dies quicker, or I'll text you better or something like that, and then you'll like have my number now. So it's like, okay, I can understand that. Like, more than half the time I would do it, but sometimes I'd be a little, you know, I don't know if I want to do that. But in the end, I always did. It was really funny because I would never know what to like name them, because there'd be like multiple Ryans or something like that, or like I would already have a friend named Justin, and so I'm just like, but my best friend's name is Justin, but that's not the Justin, like I need another, like, oh, I don't know how to differentiate differentiate between the two, or there'll be like a name and I'll be like, oh my god, who the heck is this? I don't know who this person is. Who is this? So I always put the little fire emoji, because Tinder, fire, it's in their logo, it makes sense. So then after all that, then you're texting and you're talking and you'll be like, hey, we should hang out. Because then the conversation of food always comes up with Allie. So they're just like, oh, well, we should go for a drink because, you know, alcohol and food are very, very important to me. So that always happens. The first date comes along and it's like really weird at first because you don't know what to expect. It's like really nerve-wracking. You're just like, holy crap, like I actually have to look the way I do in my picture. So I have to like slap on this makeup and like do my hair and then find like a really cute outfit, and it's like, oh wow, this is like actually dating again, but like more nerve-wracking because you don't know the person. It's really funny because the first date I'll go through a little bit. His name is Madison. I don't know if he actually watches, but he does. Hi, what's up? Very good first date. All good things, all good things. And oh my god, I just sounded like a Frozen quote. Oh, that was weird. Madison's like really nice. He's really great, and it just didn't work out. Whatever. But the first date was like really nice. He said he would come pick me up, and so he like texted me and he's like, hey, I'm outside, or he called me, and I'm like, oh, but what does your car look like? And he was like, oh, it's a Ford Fiesta. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck a Ford Fiesta looks like. I know what a Ford symbol is, obviously, because it says Ford in silver and then it has like a blue circle around it, but I'm just like, a Ford Fiesta? He's like, a white Ford Fiesta, and I'm like, where the fuck am I going? And I lived on school campus, and I lived in a dorm, so that was like also really fucking weird. And I don't know, so like I go outside and I'm like looking around and I'm like, okay, I'm looking for a white car, like that's like the most common color of a car, and I know it's a Ford. And so I don't know which side of it was parked on me, and then like I walked up, and then like I had to like go like this. I'm like, is this his car? Like, can I see his hair or something? Because I've never met the person in real life either. So I get in the car and I say hi, and I think I mentioned, I don't remember if I mentioned at first that this was my first Tinder date, or I said it like once we had drinks. I was like, yeah, this is my first Tinder date. And he was like super surprised, and I'm just like, yeah. I think I said I've never done this before. And then he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, this is my first Tinder date. And so it was really funny because I was like, sorry, I don't know what to do because, you know, if you know me, I'm like really awkward, and I'm either like funny awkward or it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm like really awkward. Yeah, I like sat there and I was like, sorry, I've never done this before. And there was like a really long pause, and then I started laughing, and there was like another really long pause, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I don't even know what to say. I'm so nervous. I was really nervous. I mean, like, Madison was pretty cute too, so it's like I was nervous because of that too, but I was like, oh, it was so weird. So we went to a bar, and we didn't really know where to go because, like, you want to, I don't know. But to me, when I, like, want to talk to someone, I need, like, a good environment for it, for talking. I can't have, like, loud music or, like, a whole bunch of people around or anything. So we went to a bar in Savannah, and we had, like, a really great conversation. It was a really great first Tinder date, I will say that. I wish I just didn't meet these people, like, over a dating app. Like, I don't know, to me that's weird. We had, like, a really great conversation, and we sat there for, like, fucking ever. And then it was just like, oh, hey, we should probably, you know, leave at some point, right? We didn't want to, like, finish the conversation there. Like, we wanted to keep talking. So we went to his car, and, like, we talked more in his car, and I don't remember how late I stayed up till. It was super fucking late. Like, the bars closed at 3 in Savannah, so it was past 3, and we just kept talking, and it was really nice. Like, we got, like, into deep feeling conversation, you know, personal things, and it was really awesome. And so I don't know why I'm the person that I'm just like, if I like you, I'm gonna kiss you. So I kissed her on the first date a little bit, and then we were just like, hey, we're tired, so we should go home, and I should do. I'm like, okay. So, that was it, and then, like, we went on multiple stuff like that, we hung out a lot, so that was fun and everything, it just didn't work out, so, yeah, life happens like that. So I had a good first Tinder date, that was really nice, and, to me, if I was, like, talking to, like, someone that I actually did like, I wouldn't use Tinder again, but you don't know if, like, they're using it or not, and then you're just like, oh, let's go on to see if he's using it, and it's like, he's not, and you're like, oh shit, like, I just only went on there because I was checking if you were. That was a really weird situation. So, when things with Madison didn't work out, because life happens. And I went on like other dates and stuff, and they were all really great. There was like one that like I didn't really like, just because like the guy didn't pay for my food, and I was like, really? I was like, this is a date, like, sorry, but the first date, the guy needs to pay for me. If we're like hanging out and we're like super cool and chill together, like I'll be like, hey, let's go to Mill and Mushroom, and I pay for the pizza. And I mean, like, that's just how I see it. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just because I was a broke college student. I mean, I'm broke still, but I'm an adult now, so I can't use I'm a broke college student now. I'm just a broke graduate now, and I'm a girl who loves food and loves alcohol, and yeah, I would like free dinner. Actually, that'd be great. Like, that's where you got me. I'm not gonna go and pay for my own food. I know that sounds really bad, but I just like food, and I can't always afford the great food. Sometimes I can. So all the other dates are like really great. There's still like the same kind of awkwardness where you're just like, oh, like, I don't know what this person actually looks like in real life. Like, is that you? I assume it is. Right? So at the point, it's like, when you first start talking to them, then you either get the yes or no vibe from them. I'll give them the no, and then I'll like give them a little bit longer to like change your mind, and then like after a while I'm just like, okay, I'm done talking to you. Then of course we have the yes or no from the first date, or like the second one or whatever. It's not that hard to please me, but you know, it's either yes or no at that point, and it's like, if I like you, I do. If I don't, then I don't. So then, if I actually do really like someone, you know, there was like other people besides like Madison that I liked. Like, there was like 2 others, I guess, and it was like really weird because they just stopped talking to me eventually. Whether it was like a mutual decision or if it was just a one-sided thing. One guy stopped talking to me because he thought I wanted a relationship, which is kind of true. I would prefer a relationship versus just hanging out with someone a lot, and it was just like really weird because like I actually liked the person a lot, and then he was like, oh well, you just really seem like you want a relationship, and that's not what I'm looking for. And I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, you're actually like really cool, and it's awkward. Okay. So eventually I told the person that I didn't want a relationship, and then that was like kind of the end of it. I think we hung out like one more time after that, and or we tried to, and then it was fucking complicated. And then obviously another reason is like, oh, hey, I actually do like you. You're like really awesome. Oh, you're moving in 3 months or 2 months or in a few weeks. Oh, I guess nothing's coming out of this, so we should just end it now. Which is understandable. Don't get me wrong. I would not want to move somewhere new and like, you know, have like someone that I actually liked in like a different state. So it's completely normal, but it just sucks. So I don't know. Now, since I started Tinder in my college town and not my hometown, it's 2 different states. One's in North Carolina, the other one's in Georgia. And I feel like if I started Tinder here, it's like, I just like see so many goddamn people from high school. And they're like, oh my god, actually, Allie looks semi-decent. She doesn't look like a complete theater nerd anymore. Like, oh, let's hit her up, and it's like, no. And then another topic we get into is talking about Tinder with friends. If they have Tinder also, they'll say like how much they enjoy Tinder and everything, and then you'll talk about it too, and then you'll start to notice you're seeing the same guys, or not seeing them, but just like talking to them. I haven't had it for that long and that many friends that used it that were like seeing the same guys I were, but it's like I had friends, and when I was talking to guys, they were just like, oh, I know your friend, like she's in your photo with you. And I'm like, you started talking to her on Tinder, and then that didn't work out, so then you're talking to me, and I'm like, that's fucking weird. It's so weird to me. I know it's normal, but I'm like, that's really weird. So that happened about like twice to me. That was like twice or like 3 times. That was like really weird, and I was like, I don't like that. But it's really funny when you talk about it with your friends, when you're just like, oh, did you see this guy? Like, oh my god, this picture is like so funny. Or like, oh my god, like he said this, this, and this to me, and it's like, whoa, that's like really weird. Like, that's kind of fun. So I didn't have like that many friends that actually used Tinder in the same way that I did, I guess. Like, they just used it just to like talk to people, or just like when they were bored. They never took it seriously. And I didn't like either, but I did go on dates with like quite a few guys, so they just did it differently than I did. So then, this is the obvious statement of a lot of the guys being like, hey, you know, I took you on a date. Do you want to come over and sleep over? And it's like, oh, can I please say no? Or say yes and then have nothing happen, please? Like, I'll make out with you, but that's it. We're not doing anything else besides that. And it's just, like, really awkward, because, like, you have the guys that are just, like, straight to it, like, it's happening, like, this is happening, and then you have some guys that, like, don't really care, like, they just leave it up to you. And it's, like, really hard, because you're just like, well, I liked you, and I thought you were cute in the first place. Like, why wouldn't I want to come over? But it's like, don't do that. Keep your morals straight, and it's a very complicated situation. Tinder is mainly for the girls that can handle it. Tinder was fun. It definitely was. It's not for everybody. I kind of understand it's not for me at this stage of my life, to where I am looking for a relationship, and I would prefer to meet someone, like, just out and about, and I'm sitting in my freaking sister's apartment talking to a camera, and I'm like, yeah, let's meet my next bae now, just when life happens, and I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna come walking through here, right? I should not be talking to a camera. But I really like the connection of meeting someone and talking to them and meeting them face to face and see how that's like, rather than meeting someone on a dating app. It's really different. Tinder is mainly for hooking up, and that's what a lot of people say, and I think they are right. Not a lot of it is, but majority of it is, and I just want to meet a really nice guy who, yeah, wants to get to know me and take me on a few dates, and if it doesn't work out after that, then okay, cool, and if it does, then, you know, you might get a relationship out of it. You never know. But, you know, people find it way easier to just go through a dating app now, even just to find a new bae, so, yeah, Tinder's just not for me. There was some drama that it went into it about me having Tinder, and it wasn't making me very happy. It just didn't seem like me, really, and I just decided to delete it, because it gets addicting. It definitely does. I had 225 matches before I deleted it, or like 250 or something, and I had a lot, and it was like, this isn't, no, this isn't me, and there are really a lot of cool guys, and it's just kind of like, I just want to meet the next person who's supposed to capture my attention in person, rather than someone who kind of looks good in a profile picture. So I guess that's it. Definitely go girls who can handle Tinder, because me, I actually like talk to a person and I get to know that, and I'm like, oh, I think you're like really cool. Do you want to like hang out more? Do you want like, no, okay. And just make sure you have friends that like support you. Like, I don't know, it's like really awkward when I ever brought up with conversations, because then people are like, really? Allie's Tinder addicted. And that was like the joke for a really long time. It's just like, oh, you met this person on Tinder? Like, oh my god, Allie was like so Tinder addicted. And I was like, I'm not addicted. I just used it a lot, and I just went on a lot of dates with guys that were from Tinder. And now that's the end of it. And that's my little reminder thing for me to go on with the rest of my day. So, oh, Tinder. We'll see if you come along down later in Allie's life. Thank you all so much for watching this lifestyle video of Tinder, which is like really weird. I hope you guys don't mind the video quality. Being an adult and moving kind of sucks, and I can't find anything because everything's in storage. So don't forget to leave a comment down below if you have any questions, or hit me up on social media. If you have any more questions or comments, just leave them down below, and you can leave them anywhere on social media, and you can follow me or whatever, check out all that stuff. And yeah, don't forget to check out my other videos, and I will see you in a later video. Bye guys!